What if one single idea could actually change the entire direction of your life? Well, today we're unpacking a timeless formula for success from one of the most influential thinkers on personal achievement, period. So let's just start with this core idea from the legendary business philosopher Jim Rohn. This is the key to everything we're about to cover. See, your future isn't about getting more, it's about becoming more. Now, our source for this is a classic seminar from way back in 1981. And what's incredible is just how potent these ideas still are. Rohn wasn't offering quick tricks or life hacks. He laid out a real formula for a fundamental shift in how you approach your life. First up is what Rohn called the great challenge of life. And this right here is the real starting block for any kind of meaningful transformation. This piece of advice, which Rohn actually got from his mentor, is, well, it's brutally honest, and it completely changed his life. It's the whole thesis right there. Stop waiting for the economy or your boss or the government to change. The only variable you truly control is you. And that leads to this crucial distinction. Success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract. Rohn's great insight was that to earn more, you first have to become more. Your outer world is really just a reflection of your inner development. And this highlights the fundamental choice we all face. Are you passively making a living, just getting by? Or are you actively designing a life, consciously planning and going after what truly matters to you? That distinction, it makes all the difference in the world. Rohn said this was the single greatest piece of advice he ever received. I mean, think about it. If you spend 8 hours a day working on your job, what do you think happens if you spend even just 1 hour a day working on yourself, on your skills, your attitude, your knowledge? That's where the real leverage is. Next, Rohn uses this really powerful metaphor to explain the inevitable cycles of life and business, the 4 seasons. The fundamental truth is this: winter always comes, recessions happen, disappointments happen. You can't stop the seasons from changing. The only way to win is to adapt, to get stronger, wiser, and better yourself. And here's the game plan. First, you have to learn to handle the tough times, the winters, by getting stronger. Second, when opportunity, the springtime arrives, you've got to take advantage of it by planting seeds. Third, all summer long, you have to protect what you started from all the inevitable weeds and pests. And finally, in the fall, you take full responsibility for the results. You reap your harvest without apology if you did well, and without complaint if you didn't. I mean, this is the core mindset of the whole 4 seasons philosophy right here. Don't wish for an easier ride. Build yourself up to handle whatever ride the world decides to give you. So, okay, we know what we need to do. We need to change ourselves. But why should we? Well, Rohn argued that the fuel for transformation isn't the goal itself, but the powerful reasons behind it. Rohn had this story from his own life that just illustrates this perfectly. A small, painful moment became this massive turning point. A Girl Scout came to his door selling cookies. He was so broke he couldn't afford the $2 and actually had to lie to her. That feeling of shame, that became a powerful, lifelong reason to change. The principle here is so simple. If your why is powerful enough, you will figure out the how. Rohn believed that life only shows you the answers when you're deeply inspired by your reasons. So what are yours? All right, now just like a garden gets attacked by weeds, our progress is attacked by these internal enemies. And Rohn called these diseases of attitude. You really have to think of negative attitudes as weeds. Indifference, complaining, worry. Rohn taught that these aren't just bad moods. No, they are active forces that will choke your ambition if you let them grow. You have to actively and deliberately go in and weed your own mental garden. So this brings us to the final overarching principle that ties everything together, really understanding where the power to change truly lies. This was the theme of Rohn's entire seminar. It's not the government, it's not the economy, it's not your circumstances. The major key, the primary force for change in your life, is you. It's a declaration of radical personal responsibility. And this just puts it perfectly. What happens? That stuff's universal. The sun sets on everyone, the rain falls on the rich and the poor alike. That's not what defines us. The only variable that matters, the one that creates drastically different outcomes, is what you do in response. Ultimately, the takeaway from this entire philosophy is this: stop focusing on what happens to you and start focusing on what you do.
Your actions, your discipline, your attitude, that is the fertile ground from which your future grows.
Rohn always ended by making it personal, so I'll leave you with the same question he asked his audience back in 1981. Because if you don't do something different starting tomorrow, the next 5 years will probably look a whole lot like the last 5. Any day you wish, you can change your whole life. The only question is, what will you do?